Yeah, wrist, man, check the wrist, man, got him hot. Hey, man, can't ball like this, man, Lord. Past the pig skin, when he stretch a distance. I'm talking a few 100,000 yards, you just on your 5th grand. Run it up, 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 count it up. Hey, hundreds and 50s and 20s, no 5s and no singles, don't count on them. Hey, she want it like me, cause her blame, she can't count on him. She try to be nosy and hit up my ex.
Thanks, Coach. Originally opened in 1995 as Jacksonville Municipal Stadium when this franchise entered the NFL. We welcome you to Jacksonville and TIAA Bank Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cleveland Browns and the Jacksonville Jaguars.
We got this.
Mark 52, Mark 52. I'm on. Yo, lady.
You got three down.
General West.
Shit.
Yo, lady.
Check safety.
Miles Sanders first carry of the game. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
What are you doing?
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. It's a second down run with Sanders.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
But just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Beckham, the return. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Regular. Jet bomber.
Mayfield down. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And he fires one that's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
You're outside.
52, Mike 52.
Red 80.
Kill.
Greystone, travel. Yo, lady.
Eyes up.
Hey, Alpha.
After the interception, here's Darnold. Eluding the pressure right. That is caught by Josh Oliver, the former San Jose State Spartan. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. Charles, you talk so much about quick change plays. There's one right there. You get the turnover, and boom, hit him with a big one.
And defenses plan for this all the time. They work on it in practice. But in the middle of a game, when that quick change takes place, oftentimes guys aren't as focused as they need to be.
Now Sanders. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
We're going to start.
Check that. We got Mike 52 right here. Mike 52. Watch the back.
Red
Check, 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 check.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage.
That's it, baby.
And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we get back.
Mike's 50.
Red 80. Red 80. Recon, 132 fighter.
Joker, Joker.
Hey, exit.
Mike 50, Mike 50.
Red 80.
I'm coming.
Third and long, it's Darnold. And this is going to be incomplete. So on fourth down, Jags kicker Josh Lambo comes on. From the left hash, this from 34. The kick by Lambo is good. And the Jaguars grab a 3-0 lead. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
First down, Cleveland.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. A big play there. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Browns have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
Hey, Haywood.
50, Mike's 50. I got it.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Darnold. Oliver, the tight end, making the catch. 23 yards the pickup there.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
He's checking. Crash. Red 80. Come. I got it.
On 2nd down, it's Sanders. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
And there's the first tackle of the game for Carl Joseph. He's one of those safeties that you can utilize in any way you want. But I will have to say, I think the number one thing he does best is tackle.
Hey, Charlie.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
Hey, watch the leg.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
Watch the run, watch the run.
Darnold on third down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sione Takitaki make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point.
Let's go, Mike 50, Mike 50.
Hey, Echo.
Watch twist, young lady. Twist. Whip. Young lady. Watch the whip.
And here we go on fourth. Darnold. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll run at Sanders. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. Flush to his right. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down. Pretty lucky to get the football back. Had his target out there waving the arms, saying I'm open, but maybe didn't see him quick enough.
And I know the jokes are always about defensive backs' hands. What really actually happens, you don't get many opportunities. You get over anxious, and you start to think about taking it away and going the other way instead of focusing and catching the ball.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
SOS.
Mayfield to throw it. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Mayfield. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there. That brings up fourth. On fourth down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Back deep, Isaiah McKenzie. Pulled in at the 24. We'll call that a 49-yard punt, but a net of just 39 following the 10-yard return. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offensive coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe someday you have to press it a little.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mack Wilson, and they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
Well, I tell you, you can't fault the pass protection here. He had all day to throw, and he just couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. And quarterbacks will tell you that after a while, they start getting antsy back there. So this is just a great job defensively to stay with these receivers as long as they did.
Following the interception, Mayfield. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long.
Point it right, point it right, point it right. Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot.
Watch 36, 36 to Mike. Watch the run.
Here's Mayfield. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
First down,
Watch 36, 36 to Mike.
A first down throw from Mayfield. Flushed out right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack.
Here we go, set, 90, Wolf.
Crunch time, defense.
5.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Steps away to his left. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
first and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Go, side. My 50, my 50. Yellow lady. I got you, boy. You go, yellow lady. Crunch. Crunch.
Big edge, big edge, big edge.
Right back to Sanders on first down. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef, they want to run the football. But that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Switch. Red 80. Check that. Red 80. 10. Red 80.
On 2nd and 11 now. Darnold, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Mack Wilson gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. Darnold from the gun. And connecting here with DJ Shark. A Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Check. Go back. We got motion. Back up.
They go play action here on first down. Going up top. And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown, Jaguars. Colby Listenby, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And once again, the Jaguars are back out in front. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Now this throw caught left side, and he's got this down to the 35. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Check 3. Team spill. Ready?
Now back to throw. Going right back to Beckham here, complete. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys in plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an error.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham as the first half is winding down. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. Extra point up and through. And that will give them the lead here as we get on towards halftime. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Here we
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Let's go. Check 3. And 80.
On first and 10, Darnold. That one complete. He finds Sharp. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now a timeout taken. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. And Lambeau will put this one through. And with that, they'll take a 2-point lead here in quarter number 2. So a little late drama in the first half as that kick will give them the lead in the intermission.
Isn't this fun the way that this is unfolding? You're exactly right. The late drama, 3 points go up on the board, and we go into the half with a new leader.
So we have reached halftime here in a tight 2-point contest. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Browns drive about to get started. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasize
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. He'll look to throw. That's out to Chubb, complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That one covers 29 yards. First down. Mullins now 5 of 6, very accurate since taking over, and he's got his guys a first down. He'll look to throw. He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield, and this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary. And I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket. I'm laughing to myself because I could just hear in film session. But, Coach, I was throwing it to Odell Beckham Jr. Of course I thought he was open.
They'd love to go deep downfield to him, though. Such a threat.
Yeah, a rare incompletion, because most of the time we expect him to actually come up with the catch.
9 yards on the play and a first down.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go, D. Tighten up.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. Now he'll square up and throw deep left sideline. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent.
Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. The Browns' drive about to get started. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged, because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. He's going to look for Beckham in the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Snags it for the pick. And nothing there on the return. They got the football, but they'll have to start this drive at their own 4-yard line. The pick 6 last week, not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it. And the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Let's go now. 60 outlaw. Watch the call.
And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Here's 2nd and 8. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Looking to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
But that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
Yeah, and on 3rd down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down.
Watch Safe Creek. Watch Safe Creek.
General West. Hey, Steve 6. Steve 6. Snap.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Mack Wilson able to record his 5th sack of the season.
well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack.
Alpha.
To try again after the sack. Darnold firing quickly here, and that's complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
But there wasn't much there with that hitch route. They didn't gain what they expected. But sometimes when you call a hitch, you really don't have an alternate to go to. You don't have a second route to throw it to. So sometimes you have to rifle in there and hope for the best.
Throwing here on 3rd down. Darnold looking deep down. It got his man complete. A great pickup there, 35 yards, and obviously the first down to go along with it.
And the Jaguars, first down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Greystone travel.
Here's Darnold. Going right side here, and that's complete. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Throwing again is Darnold. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
3rd and long, it's Darnold. Looking left side, and it's complete. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Darnold now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, and then the give to Sanders. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Kendall Fuller in on the stop. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Hey, exit.
To throw is Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. From the corner, it was Kendall Fuller with a sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Darnold now to throw. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this one's going toward the sideline. They'll try to play keep away from Beckham. And this one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complimentary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Gain of 15. And the Browns first down.
Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20.
Watch 36. 36 to Mike.
He'll drop to throw. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He finds his target, Beckham. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there.
23 yards. First down, Cleveland.
Ready?
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
Well, partner, I think the defensive fellas got the memo, and they decided to cover him on that play.
Yeah, he's already up over 100 yards in this game. They tried a deep shot, couldn't get it.
Yeah, when you've had that much success, finally someone said, let's try and put a stop to it and put people on him.
And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
That's going to be caught. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Odell Beckham with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And they are able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 36 yards on the play. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive.
Hey, Echo. Here we go. Here we go.
On 1st down, it's Darnold.
Get in the weight room.
And this this one into the hands of DJ Shark. A Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. And that is incomplete here. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Now Darnold. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Well, these corners, I tell you, they've done excellent work all game long.
They remind me of guys in the past who just said, hey, throw it out here 100 times. Nothing good is going to happen. And if you throw it in the wrong place, I'll take it the other way.
And here we go on 4th. Darnold. And he's got his tight end, Oliver. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
A very important extra point there, up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready, set.
The Browns drive about to get started. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up to the line.
This is caught at the 20. And he'll get this way down into Jacksonville territory. It's a big play there for the Browns. 57 yards. Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. And this is going to be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
And just a couple of scenarios here to keep in mind. One, if you want to be really aggressive, you do throw the Hail Mary and see if you can get something downfield.
What would you do?
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely I take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free, I can lose the game here. If I get to overtime, I can still win it.
Let's see if they are in line with Charles Davis. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
The Browns drive about to get started, except for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Keeping the aggression going on defense in overtime here, a first down blitz.
You know you can get burned on it big time if they pick it up, but in this situation, they brought the blitz, put some pressure on the QB, and he wasn't able to complete a pass downfield.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10. At the 42-yard line.
Ready.
36 to Mike. Hey, let's get that ball, man. Let's get that ball right here. Catch it.
80 weapons. Fight. Fight.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
3 down.
It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a 1st. Looked like they picked a heck of a time to run the counter.
And we've been saying that in this great game of football probably since we started playing. Anytime you get guys thinking you're going to go one way and you hit back the opposite side, it's a great chance it can turn into the type of play we just saw there, a big gainer.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now a carry for Sanders. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Let's go, Mike 50. Mike 50. Young lady. Watch the pass. Go, Mike 50. Mike 50.
Now Darnold with his first throw of OT. He's going to let this one go deep. He's got it at the 15. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. An explosive 38-yard pickup. They'll run with Sanders. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And that carry probably not so much for yardage, just to get the spot that you want to kick the field goal.
And any yardage game here is really kind of gravy. And this just becomes what my old coach used to say. Get into position to be in position. And that's what they want, the right spot for their kicker to line up the field goal.
It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
Mike 50. Mike 50. Mike 50. Young lady, I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Man, 80. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up.
On third down, they turn to Sanders. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for the Jaguars, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for the Browns, the loss drops them back to 4-3 so far. And they'll get an extra week to think about it as the midseason bye might be coming at just the right time. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready?
Get ready, dog.
This be the green light, go. Tires burn the pavement. People want to know where Mace, Poss, and Dave went. Still here, still in your ear with a style so hot, you'll see where all the sun rays went. Legs, arms, and head, all being moved in a frenzy. The blends be all the right cred, meaning credentials. Best of both worlds when we rockin' over pearls in the instrumental. Are you ready? Set. Jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady. To the letter rock. Turn it up. We giving the show. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? Gentlemen. When it was time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever. Sick with the talk, the pass to your receiver. All about running the spot. And you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather. Cardio kingpin. Subjugate the dub play. And you know we can't wait